There are not too many zombie films that are original or scary. Zombies have become cliche as much as they have become a part of pop culture over the last 20 years. However, there are some zombie films that are absolutely edge of your seat terrifying. Welcome to the Popcorn Confessional. This is Dave from nERD, and I am accompanied by my wife, Jenn, also from nERD. And on the latest edition of 31 Days of Halloween, we are talking about Record. So fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth.
Reporter Angela is doing an expose on a local fire department and is hoping for some action while they're filming. The department is called in to help an old woman who's trapped in her apartment, screaming for help. When they arrive and open the door, they're savagely attacked by that woman. As the firemen flee for help, they discover that the building has been locked down from the outside. With no answer, panic ensues and spreads throughout the building, and so does people attacking one another.
First, it's a post 9/11 film. If I'm going to be filming an expose at a firehouse, the last thing I want is action.
Yeah. I don't want action.
Maybe go save a cat from a tree, help some old lady cross the street if they do that, but no action.
Which I believe is what the fireman said that's normally what you see. Like, you don't see a whole lot of action. It's mostly like cats in trees and, things like that. And they have to report to like car accidents and such, but nothing like what you'd really want to see.
Yeah, exactly. Nope.
Especially when it's, you're thinking they're in a big city. So the first thing you go to is 9/11.
Yep, true. Now, this film here, if you're not familiar with it, it was remade in the States under the name Quarantine, which had two parts here. The second part of Quarantine in the States is a lot different from the second part for Record in Spain, which is nice because they're both different takes and both good films, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Record, the first part, which came out in 2007 in Spain, which is a franchise over there. They have 4 films. And I remember working back in Blockbuster days that this film didn't make the States right when it was first released in Spain. And a lot of people thought it was banned here because of the terrifying, intense scenes that happen in this movie. So you had to get it through bootlegs. You had to know somebody that can grab you the film, burn you a copy, and then this movie was on the edge of my seat for a couple of different reasons. It had great horror appeal. It is a shaky cam film, and it reminded me of something that I would have seen in a video game back when survival horror just first broke out with Resident Evil. And what did you think of this one?
So there were a lot of elements that I liked. Really, I didn't like the reporter. We'll get that.
She was annoying.
She was so annoying. I did. Now, if you're going to go reporter to reporter and like compare them, I'm going to take Jennifer Carpenter from Quarantine. I liked her better.
She's annoying too.
She is annoying, but at least with her, I could keep up with what she was saying because she spoke English. Yeah. It was a little hard with the whole dubbing. I think that made it even worse. There were no subtitles.
Yeah, right now this is on Amazon at the time of this filming. If that changes, it'll be down in the links below where you can find it, but it is available on dub version right now, which is a bad dubbing.
There was a lot of scenes in the movie that were definitely creepy. You're going into like people's apartments and you don't know what to expect, and it's, there's no lights, and you have this big ass tent over the entire apartment building because they've now quarantined you. So that was creepy. Just the whole like fear of not being able to leave if you got a chance to. Because that's when you watch other horror movies, zombie movies, whatever you may have, you look for that escape route, but there literally isn't one because they have you locked in. And they're outside. Like, there's reporters on the street, and there's people, and there's cops, and everything else, and they're just like, you can't leave.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mentioned, right? So it reminds me of a video game too. But thinking about this time of year, right? Haunted attractions. Like this feels like a haunted attraction, maybe turned up a notch that you can't escape, and that's what brings you in. Plus, I think the atmosphere, the way it's laid out, like you said, they're going into apartments, but they're darker apartments. So like when they first encounter that old woman, it's just like complete black in there.
Yeah.
And it's all through the camera lens, which makes you almost like a first person viewer.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like you're the person that's actually walking in, and you almost feel like the firemen are like behind you, because the camera obviously is the first point of, entry, like what's coming into the room. So
yeah, definitely. So I think this is a definite must watch. I know shaky cam gets a bad rap. This is one of the few that we're gonna be talking about that are next level, top tier shaky cam videos that you need to watch, and this is one of them.
Yeah. There's only a few that we really enjoy and said, yeah, it works as a shaky cam film. So they'll be the ones that we'll talk about.
Yeah, I definitely think you watch this movie, lights out completely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you want to watch it at night. Maybe have a couple drinks. That may enhance it a little bit. I think.
I had a couple drinks. It definitely helps a little bit.
Yeah, so gore is not over the top in this one. I don't think you really see it that much, if I recall correctly. If it's there, it's not like in your face gore.
No, I mean they show like the one guy getting bit, like. But I mean, honestly, people, if you've watched any movie or The Walking Dead,
any movie, so they're biting people in Sweet Home
no,
Alabama.
but I mean, like any like zombie movie or The Walking Dead, you've seen far worse. Trust me, this was definitely more subdued.
Yes,
I think.
Yeah, this relied on storytelling.
Yeah.
This relied on suspense.
Yeah.
And the climax is very suspenseful. I think that's like the last 18 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
So. Now, the one thing we didn't mention was that it is the typical zombie. There's a group of people that are trapped in the building. So you have 2 firemen, you have 2 police officers, you have the camera crew, and then you have the residents of the apartment. And I liked how that was done, because you have that conflict with the reporter. She wanted a story, and now she's going to try to even escalate things a lot more to get that story. The hours pass, the panic sets in, and then what happens? People maybe start to turn on each other.
I was just going to say that. And then the people start turning on each other, as is, I mean, pretty much with any situation where you're stuck together and it's, a life or death situation and you don't know what's going to happen, you turn on each other.
If you're a gamer, if you like zombies and not too tired of what's been crammed down our throat for the last several years, if you like movies in the dark, if you want to scare the kids, because this is a good one to watch with the kids. Nothing really over the top there that's not gonna, it's gonna freak them out too much.
Yeah.
Depending on the age that they're at. This is the movie for you. Let us know what movies you are watching this Halloween season. Does it include zombies? What's your favorite zombie films? Do you like Quarantine better than Record? Vice versa. Have you seen this one? Do you like foreign films that are horror based? I think they're really good. We're going to be talking about several of those.
Took me a while to get on board. He got me there. It took me a while to get on board, but now I sort of prefer the Asian horror movies. I had a hard time with the whole like subtitle thing. Sometimes I get bored and my mind wanders, so I can't like keep up with it, but I've gotten a lot better with that. And I do really like the Asian horror movies because they really know how to make a good horror movie. They are not afraid to like scare the crap out of you.
No, this is true. And as we said, there are no reviews for our Halloween movies. We want to give you something different to take a look at. But let us know in the comments what your rating is of this film. We would appreciate that.
So, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications if you want to, and share. Share. Sharing is caring.
Until tomorrow. See you.
See you.